What's up, guitar nerds? It's Pete Thorn. Welcome to my home studio, and welcome to my demo of the full range of brand new Fender effects pedals. So I went to NAMM this year, and I walked in the Fender booth, and this was the first thing I saw set up on a pedal board much like this, brand new range of Fender pedals. And I was intrigued right away. They look great. They've got these great colors, cool names, like the Ana Overdrive. I wanted to know what that sounded like right away, just from the name. Brushed aluminum enclosures, they just look great. And some really, really terrific features, such as the knobs light up, and you can actually turn those lights on and off. So if you're on a real dark stage, you can turn these lights on, see your exact pedal settings. But if you don't want the lights on, you just turn them off. There's a really innovative battery compartment that's just spring-loaded. You don't need a screwdriver. You can get right at the battery if you got to replace it and you want to use batteries instead of a power supply. Just open the door like that, but then it's spring-loaded. It just stays shut if you don't want it open. Really cool. There's a delay in the range, the mirror image delay, and also the marine layer reverb. Both these have a kill dry switch on the back, so if you have an amp with a parallel effects loop, and you just want to blend in some delay and reverb in parallel and keep your amp core dry tone intact, you can totally do that. I thought that was a really nice touch as well. So Fender asked me to do a demo of these pedals, and I said, sure, as long as I can kind of stick to my formula in these types of videos where I'm doing a whole bunch of pedals in the same video. I said what I'd like to do is just write a track, come up with a whole bunch of different tones, layer them into a song, and then I'll break down all the tones and kind of describe how I got them and the different effects. You know, just keep it creative. This isn't going to be a video about every single sound and every single feature and setting that's available on all these pedals, because then it would be 3 hours long. So I'm not going to do that. But on the Fender website, there's really detailed videos about every single pedal that will show you a bunch of the different sounds available and stuff like that. All right, I'm going to give you a real quick run through of all the pedals here, and then we're going to get right to the tones. So let's start with the level set buffer. This is designed to come early on in your pedal chain. If you've got a germanium fuzz or a univibe or something that's real picky with buffers, you might want to put this pedal after those, but other than that, you can put it right up front. And what this is going to do is drive your signal through long cable lengths and through all your pedals through to your amplifier with a real good, clear, robust tone. There's a load switch here. What this does is it'll allow you to simulate some of the loading effect that longer cables can give you. Allows you to just roll off a bit of top end if you feel like the buffer maybe makes your sound too buffered and too bright, that kind of thing. So it allows you to just fine-tune the tone a little bit. Now there's a level control and a high frequency control. The level control, when it's set at noon, that's unity gain. What this is going to let you do is, say if you got a guitar with real hot pickups and another one with weak pickups, you could maybe, with the hot pickup guitar, turn the level control down a little bit, and with the weak pickup guitar, you could turn it up a little bit past noon and kind of even out the sounds of your guitars. Or if you just want to use it to boost into your amplifier, you can kick it up, you know, up to whatever you want and kind of kick the front end of your amp real good with it. The high frequency control, also center is the kind of unity position. If you want to darken up some bright single coil pickups, or maybe you want to brighten up and add some clarity to humbuckers, you can use the high frequency control for that. Next up is the Benz Compressor. This is a really cool compressor. You heard me use it right out of the gate on the very first guitar part. I was able to get a real nice kind of pumped up clean tone. I like to use compressors to kind of be somewhat transparent, but to pump up my clean sound and just make my cleans feel a little bit more like maybe they got some hair or overdrive on them, even when they don't. Get that sustain going and just make everything a little bit easier to play, basically. So this pedal was great for that. It's got a blend control that allows you to blend in dry signal. So you can keep some of the attack of the initial pick attack there and stuff like that. It doesn't get too squashed. And you've got drive, recovery, and level controls beyond that. Okay, next up we got the Ana Overdrive. This sounded good for low gain stuff, rhythm stuff, all the way through to high gain stuff, boosted. I mean, I played a few of the different lead parts with this pedal, and I thought it sounded just terrific, as well as some rhythm parts. It's just really versatile. Full 4-band EQ on this pedal, so bass, middle, treble, and presence. There's also a boost built in, so that's switchable with a separate boost level control. And then you've got level and drive controls for the overdrive. Now there's also this voice switch on it here. This is really cool because if you like to run your amp, say with the bright switch on, or you got a real bright amplifier, or you might have a neutral dark amplifier, you can tune this pedal to whatever you've got. The voice switch basically just allows you to use either a real bright amp or a dark amp, and it's going to sound great with either. I found it worked just terrific with the bright switch in my amp on or off, and I could tune it using the voice switch. Really cool. Next up is the Puigilus Distortion pedal. This is a really unique pedal. It has 2 different drive circuits in it that you can either blend together in parallel or you can stack them in series. They sound quite different. One's a little more mellow and one's more aggressive. And yeah, just really, really cool to be able to either stack them for tons of gain or else run them in parallel and get some really complex, interesting drive tones going. This switch right here selects series or parallel. There's a separate tone knob and separate drive knob for each of the drive circuits, and then there's an overall level control, and then this is the blend control that allows you to blend the two distortion sounds. Next up is the mirror image delay. There's a few different delay types in this pedal: digital, analog, and tape, all with the different sort of sound that you would expect out of those different modes. There's modulation, so a rate control and a depth control for the mod. I should mention that this pedal wasn't really designed to do the kind of infinite repeat oscillation distortion kind of thing with the delay. You can turn the feedback all the way on 10, and I did that incidentally on a couple of the sounds at the beginning of the video, and it's going to give you maybe a maximum of like 8 repeats. And it was designed to kind of be used that way, so you can just crank the mix real high, crank the feedback real high, and it's not going to overtake your core guitar sound. Last up, we've got the marine layer reverb. This has a few different reverb types in it on this switch. There's a hall setting, a room setting, and a special setting, and then there is a variation switch. So say we're on the special setting, 2 different positions on the variation switch are going to give you a mod or sort of a shimmer type reverb, depending on how you got that variation switch set. There's also a filter switch here that allows you to fine tune the sound of the reverb tails. There's a dampening knob that allows you to darken them up a lot, and pre-delay, reverb time, level. And then there's the aforementioned kill dry switch in the back, so if you want to run this in a parallel effects loop, you can do that. Thanks for watching my video on the brand new range of Fender effects pedals. I had a lot of fun making this video and coming up with that track at the beginning. Fender's done a really nice job on these. They've done some innovative, cool stuff. They've thought outside the box and come up with some new features I've never seen on pedals, so I think that's really cool. You can check out the pedals further at the website. You see they're on your screen. Also check out the links in the video description below. And hey, please hit subscribe if you haven't. Come back and see me for more videos real soon. I am Pete Thorn. Take care.